Greenwillow Books, an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers, and Harper Audio present We Dream of Space by Erin Entrada Kelly. Performed by Ramon de Ocampo. You have to dream. We all have to dream. Krista McAuliffe, Mission Specialist. Wednesday, January 1st, 1986. Ready for takeoff. The pinball machine didn't steal Fitch Thomas's quarter. Not really. But when one of the flippers is broken, there's no point in playing. As soon as Fitch realized this, something sparked inside him. Something ugly and familiar. He stared at the slot where he'd sunk his quarter only moments before. Easy does it, Fitch. Just go to Mr. Hindley's office and get your quarter back. No big deal. The blinking lights of the machine, Bright Star 1, it was called, seemed out of place in the arcade today. Fitch looked around. He was one of the only people there. Maybe it was too early for people. It was never too early for him. Ready for takeoff, the lights blazed. He left them behind and walked to Mr. Hindley's office. The door, with manager stenciled above the frame, was open, as usual. Mr. Hindley was manager, owner, and staff. When quarters were stolen, he was the man to see. Fitch cleared his throat. "Mr. Hindley?" he said. Mr. Hindley looked up from his ledger. "Henry Nelson Thomas, my favorite patron. What brings you to the front office?" This was what Mr. Hindley always said, even though no one called him Henry, and Mr. Hindley's office was in the back corner of the small arcade, nowhere near the front. Fitch motioned half-heartedly toward Pinball Row. "One of the machines is broken," he said. Mr. Hindley placed both hands on his desk and stood up, like President Reagan ready to face the Soviets. "That is unacceptable, Patron Thomas," he said. Mr. Hindley was what Fitch's mother would call an odd duck. But he moved fast. Within seconds, he was in front of the Major Havoc game in the center of the arcade, squinting at the screen. "Not that one," Fitch said. He pointed at Bright Star 1. "This one." Mr. Hindley raised his eyebrows. "But you're a Major Havoc guy. One from all from one, fighting for humanity and all that." Yes, it was true. On any given day, Fitch could be found at the Park, Delaware arcade, officially named the Pinball Wizard, but known to the locals as the Arcade on Main, playing Major Havoc. A game that his best friend, Vern Rapace, said was a Star Wars wannabe. Even though Major Havoc had been released first, but whatever. Vern was so obsessed with Star Wars that Fitch had developed unfounded resentment toward Luke, Han Solo, and the whole lot of them. Except Vader, maybe. Vader was kinda cool. The more Vern ragged on Major Havoc, the more dedicated and defensive Fitch became. And now he was so preoccupied with beating his own high score that Major Havoc, in all his vector-graphic glory, sometimes appeared in his dreams, demanding that he get to the reactor before everyone exploded. But today was January 1st, and Fitch had made a New Year's resolution to try something different. The last time he was here, his twin sister had come along and been entranced by Bright Star 1 with its spaceship and lights. She didn't want to actually play it. Video games were not her thing. But she tried to convince him to give it a chance. He'd snapped at her to leave him alone, then felt bad about it later. So he'd gone for the pinball machine this morning, even though no one played pinball anymore. And now look what had happened. Mr. Hindley made his way to Bright Star 1 and tapped it affectionately. "What's wrong with it?" he asked. "The right flipper's broken," replied Fitch. Mr. Hindley pushed the button.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?